Well, we can see this notion of calling and of necessity as, in some ways, empowering, as giving us a reason for being here, and kind of a way of seeing our life as meaningful and as mattering in some way. But that whole sense to me of necessity also brings along with it the notion of responsibility, that it's not just that we get to be here and to be empowered and that's nice. It's that we have a responsibility to uncover our calling, to actively participate in that process of the world's becoming. And I do fear, particularly today with changing times, that we talk a lot about rights and we talk a lot about empowerment, and we don't talk nearly as much about responsibility as we did when I was a child, at the risk of sounding kind of old and traditional and mad. Those were values that mattered for a reason, that not just got us up out of bed every morning and out into the world, but that gave us a sense of our existence mattering. And what you love, you take responsibility for. And if we love the world, we take responsibility for it. If we love that sense of our own journey and who we are as part of that world's becoming, we take responsibility for it. So to me, and in all the best fairy tales, which I also work a lot with myth and fairy tales, as you're aware, fairy tales are full of responsibility. Fairy tale heroines take responsibility for all kinds of other creatures as well as for themselves, as well as trying to forge a kind of happy and pleasant path through life. So when it comes to calling, I've always seen that there are kind of like two aspects of it. On the one hand, there's our personal growth as souls, our own journey as a soul through this life, maybe multiple times, who knows, but also that sense of service to the world and that sense of responsibility to the world. And to me, it's very much about getting those two things in balance. It's not all about us and our personal growth and well-being. It's partly about us, but it's about what we bring to the world. And that's both of those aspects are part of this necessity. But if you don't have responsibility, then Joseph Campbell, I can't remember in which book, talked at one stage about his concern that people were increasingly becoming dilettantes, that they didn't take responsibility they didn't feel that they had to choose a path. They didn't seem to feel any obligation to pick a particular path in life and to run with it, whether it's the final one, the right one, or whatever is by the by. And I see that as also being very much tied up with this notion of responsibility. We don't get to be here to be dilettantes. We've got something to do and we need to get on with it. We need to find our way to becoming that.